Hey guys, now in this video let's discuss private endpoint versus VNet integration. So guys, first we will understand why we are discussing these concepts. Then we will understand these concepts in very simple words. Now guys, you don't need to know anything about these concepts. As of now, in this video we will keep it really simple and we will not see a demo. Instead, we will just understand these concepts. So first, why we are discussing these concepts. Now guys, if you see this screen, here we are discussing hosting plans. So guys, we have been saying Azure functions, they are serverless, but behind the scene, Azure must be providing us the required server, that is required hardware infrastructure, that is required CPU and memory to run our function app code, right? And that is provided by this hosting plan. But now here we have different plans. So for example, the cheapest one is consumption plan, which we generally use for our local or development purpose. Then there are premium or dedicated plan, which we use it for production purpose. But basically you see, different plans, they provide different features and obviously cost will be different. So consumption, it will be again cheapest, premium or dedicated, those are of higher cost. So again, we will discuss these plans in detail in our next video. But basically I just want you to show that in this consumption plan we don't have an option of private endpoint or VNet integration, but other plans they provide. So in order to choose the right plan as per our requirement, we should know these concepts, that is what is private endpoint and what is this VNet integration. And now let's actually discuss private endpoint versus VNet integration. So first thing, let's say this is your function app, okay, and let's say this is your organization's virtual network, and let's say this is public internet. So guys, by default your function app can be accessed from this public internet. But let's say what if your application, it is internal application, that means it should be accessible only from your organization's virtual network, right? So for that, obviously first you have to make sure that such public internet access should not be allowed and access from only VNet should be allowed. So for this scenario you can use private endpoint. So basically you create a private endpoint in this virtual network such that this function app can be accessed only from this VNet and it cannot be accessed from this public internet. And now let's discuss this VNet integration. So guys, again let's imagine this is our function app, this is our organization's virtual network and this is public internet, right? Now let's say we have our Azure SQL DB in this VNet. So let's say this is our SQL DB. So obviously by default, see guys, this function it is not present in this VNet. So by default this function app cannot access this SQL DB. So it's not allowed. Right? So to allow this function app to access the resources, for example SQL DB from this VNet, we use this VNet integration. So obviously this private endpoint, it is our inbound access. And this VNet integration, it is our outbound access. And now guys, let's discuss in detail how exactly this private endpoint works. So guys, this is our function app and this is public internet, and let's say this is our organization's virtual network and it has this VM. So guys, by default access from public internet to this function app, it will be allowed, right? But again, what if our application, that is our function app, it needs to be accessed only from within organization's virtual network, right? So first thing, obviously we should not allow such access from public internet, right? So for this, again we will use private endpoint. So basically what happens is, when function app is accessed from this public internet, it is accessed over this public IP. So let's say guys, this is public IP. So basically what happens is, such access over this public IP is blocked, first thing. And then we create something called private endpoint. Now with private endpoint, what happens is, this function app, it actually gets extended within this VNet. And now this function app, it is as good as part of this VNet only. So that now the resources from this VNet, let's say this VM, it can simply access this function app over this private IP. So again, a private IP gets assigned to this function app, and now our VM, it can simply access this function app over this private IP. And that is how we can restrict the access to our function app from public internet, and we can allow access only from a virtual network. So that's it guys for this video. Thanks for listening.